Okay, I guess we can start now. Hi, everyone. My name is Alexandra. I'm Marketing Manager at Redtag, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all at our webinar, Empowering Your Clients to Succeed with Enterprise and Unlimited Edition. I'll be your host for today to make sure everything stays on track. The webinar is scheduled for about 45 minutes, and we'll cover some of the questions at the end. So without any further ado, let me introduce our amazing speakers, Lisa Hospodarenko and Andriy Naidenko.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa Gospodarenko. I work as a business development manager at Redtag. As I like to say, my main role is to help keep customers happy and to help keep Redtag's 5-star customer satisfaction score up that high. I am also a Salesforce Sales Champions trainee, which I absolutely love. And I am a mom to about 4,000 bees. We do beekeeping and they're pretty hard to count. So I guess I have about 4,000. Now I'm going to give it to Andriy.
Thanks, Lisa. Hello, everyone. I'm Andriy, and I'm Salesforce Consultant at Redtag. I will assist Lisa with our webinar today, namely with demo, and we'll answer some of your questions at the end. So please enjoy. Lisa, that's your turn.
Thank you so much, Andriy. So, as we guys mentioned, our agenda for today, we're gonna briefly talk about, Redtag, why we are here. I know what gives us the right to do those webinars in the first place. Then we're gonna dive into a general comparison of professional, enterprise, and unlimited edition. We did decide to add professional just to create the first big distinction for you and the customers as they move up in the editions. Then we're going to talk about some of the features that we believe are worth investing in, whether as an add-on to Enterprise or as something that's included in the Unlimited Edition. And hopefully we'll have some time to answer all of your questions. Now, before we begin, let's do a quick icebreaker. If you guys can just write your name and city in Zoom comment section, that'd be awesome. So I'm Lisa. I'm currently in Ottawa. Yeah, feel free to fill up the chat. I'll do it as well. Let's all meet each other. I'm sure we have people from all over the world. Andriy, you want to share where you're from?
Yeah, of course. I'm from amazing Ukrainian city called Lviv. So, hi everyone from Ukraine.
San Francisco, yay! Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Awesome, Denver, awesome. Hi, Sean. I love Denver. So, and if you guys once again, if you guys have any questions and anything you wanted to ask to our team, please feel free to leave them in the comments during the webinar. We'll get back to them during the Q&A session. So hi, Aaron, hi, Kiev. Awesome. Thank you everyone for gathering and thank you so much for finding time for our webinar. Awesome. So a few words about Redtag. So Redtag is a Salesforce solution implementation partner. We have been in the market for about 10 years. So we were founded in 2013. We are very proud to be a Salesforce Summit partner. This is the status that it took us some time to reach, and we love the fact that we finally got there. We do have a very high customer satisfaction score that we really take pride of. It averages at 5.0. What makes Redtag unique as a company too, if I were to highlight one thing that makes us unique, is we actually train our own people. So the 120 people we have on staff right now, we're all trained in a Redtag Salesforce Academy. Our team members are on average 4 times Salesforce certified. As I like to say, I work in sales, but even I'm always pushed to really improve my technical knowledge and expertise. For example, I'll be doing my admin soon, so fingers crossed it works out. We do have niche expertise. So we do have a lot of clients in manufacturing, e-commerce, and we are growing into consumer goods. But with that said, we also take on clients from different industries. We have had clients in real estate, logistics, SaaS tech, you name it. What's great about Salesforce technology is that once you know the technology, you can really adapt to the customer's point of view. Some of the services that we do, because some companies I know only focus on the more narrow profile, we try to cover a full spectrum of consulting that customers may need. For those that are just looking to launch with Salesforce, so they're looking for a price-conscious implementation for something fast, we would start with a quick start. We have quick starts for core clouds and for some of the specialty clouds like CPQ and field service offerings. Then we often also do what we call a health check. Something to note about Redtag's health check, we did start using recently Elements Cloud to facilitate it. So if you have any customers who are curious about Elements Cloud or who would like to use the power of Elements Cloud, or you'd like us to show them Elements Cloud, our health check would be the service for that. And as a result of this service, the customer would also get a roadmap with everything that they need to maintain and fix in their system. Our core service, and what we do on a daily, is we design and implement solutions for customers, whether it's a standard Salesforce configuration that we adjust to their needs or custom development, Redtag can handle it. And for those customers that need some additional support, perhaps they don't have a big team, they don't have a dedicated team to Salesforce maintenance, Redtag offers managed services that are quite flexible as well. We don't tell customers that you have to buy a certain amount of managed services. We just take it on a month-per-month basis. Whatever support they need, we would provide. So this is Redtag in a nutshell. One quick thing to note about us as well, we are international. So we're founded in Lviv, Ukraine. And then about 4 years ago, we expanded and we opened an office in Chicago. That's why I'm in North America. Some of our team is in Ukraine. We're one big team and we continue expanding globally. So if you have clients that also operate globally, we'll be able to accommodate their needs and connect on a time that's more comfortable for them. Okay, and now I got to the bread and butter of why we're all here. During the next few steps, I'm going to first talk about a comparison between professional, enterprise, and unlimited editions of the Sales Cloud. Something that I dealt with when I first started selling Salesforce is I realized that not only there are different products, but there is different complexity and different add-ons that you can bundle and pierce and combine in order to drive that customer value. And it does take a certain amount of experience and knowledge to be able to, first of all, discern in the first place, what is that best advice for the customer. Like, of course, we all want to sell the most expensive product, but at the same time, I know that we all see value in that long-term relationship. So that's a pending question. And then another question is, when is the right time to upgrade? Businesses grow, businesses change. Maybe some of you have, clients who've used Salesforce since they were founded, so really old orgs. So when is the right time to make that next step, and how you can justify that next step to the client? Once again, as I go through this slide, any questions you guys have, put them in the Q&A section. We'll cover them in more detail after the demo once we get to the Q&A. Awesome. So here's our slide with comparison. For the Sales Cloud, Salesforce mostly, I guess, there is an additional, there is an Essentials edition that I believe majority of customers go through self-serve, but most of the customers who are mature enough to know that they need Salesforce understand that they have to buy Professional Edition up. First difference that I would like to take a look at is API access. So what is API access? The biggest value of Salesforce is when Salesforce can act as a single source of truth. I've heard statistics that on average, a small to medium-sized business has over 25 tools in their stack. So whenever you're talking to an average company, you assume that they already invested a lot of money in tools outside of Salesforce. Now, how can we take all the tech stack and bring it all into one cohesive solution? Is through the API connections. All the tools, not all the tools, majority of the tools, even legacy ones, do have open APIs. And what you can do with Salesforce is you can tie data pretty much from any source and create a customer 360 view. Now, Professional Edition, and you probably have dealt with it a lot, doesn't have an API access. You have to purchase it additionally. Enterprise Edition does have API access. So here's our first distinction. If a client is looking to bring their tech stack, it is going to be more beneficial for them to go right away with Enterprise Edition and not worry about API access. But then what's the difference in API access between Enterprise and Unlimited Editions? Like, okay, I see some numbers. It kind of looks like Unlimited Edition offers more, but how does it work in practice? And for this, I have a customer case. I used to work with a customer who was a SaaS company. And over the course of 3 years, they grew very rapidly, raking as many as 500,000 users on their SaaS platform. What they ran into eventually, and they were on Enterprise Edition, is that as they had more and more users register per day, and as they were trying to push more and more data points, both from the outside systems, such as support system, such as their call system, but also from their proprietary SaaS product, they understood that they needed to increase that API capacity. Luckily, it was caught on time, and the administrator and the account executive were able to collaborate on the expansion deal. However, it's not something that you want to run into down the line. So if you do see that the customer has a complex tech stack, is integrating many data points, and has a potential for rapid scaling, recommending Unlimited Edition, even simply on the API access, is a safe bet because it takes that worry off their shoulders. They never have to concern themselves, oh, do I have enough API calls in those 24 hours? Is data going to flow through? That's off their shoulders. So that kind of concludes the first part, which we openly know about. Some of the things that I'll talk about later are not as well known, and hopefully will help you guys understand the differences even further. The next item that I'll talk about, not as fun as the rest of them, but we're going to talk about sandbox capacity. As an implementation partner, we always advise our customers to work and to deploy things on sandboxes first. Why is that? To a lot of customers, not only they care about the security of their data and they care about the operability of their data, for a lot of customers, Salesforce is the key product in their tech stack. So if something happens to their Salesforce environment, they cannot operate. Like their processes break down, they have to scramble to get them up and going. And that's why if you hear a partner who's not suggesting to use sandboxes or doesn't use sandboxes to the full extent, at the end of the day, it's not worse for the customer. But then Salesforce offers you different types of sandboxes as well. A developer one, the one that's offered traditionally with Professional and Enterprise editions, gives you access to the overall structure. So for example, I have my Salesforce built a certain way. I can migrate it over, enter fake information, and play with it. But there's also such thing as a full copy sandbox, and that's an important difference. If you're working with a client that does a lot of consecutive development and that needs to not only test things from the functional perspective, but also make sure that the data output reflects what they need, they're going to need to have a full copy sandbox. Now, with Professional Edition, full copy sandbox is not available. With Enterprise Edition, there is an additional charge for full copy sandbox. But with Unlimited Edition, not only you can create up to 100 developer sandboxes, which is more than enough to cover a lot of your initial testing needs, you also get one free copy of one instance of a full copy sandbox. They'll allow your customer to do all the testing using their data while still staying in a secure Salesforce environment. This is a harder advantage to sell, but in my opinion, if we look at both API access and sandbox capacity, it comes down to two things. How does their tech stack look? And how does their Salesforce team look? So do they have a team that manages those things? Because they may think that they don't, but if they have a team of 5 and they do constant deployment, at some point they'll need a full copy sandbox, and they're going to be really pleased to discover that Unlimited Edition already has it and they don't have to purchase it additionally. Now, this concludes the boring part of the comparison. We're going to get to the more fine items that we want to talk about. So first of all is 3 items, is sales engagement, advanced selling, and Einstein line of products. Salesforce has a variety of add-ons. Some of them are only available starting from the Enterprise Edition. For example, sales engagement is available on Enterprise and is included in Unlimited. Same goes for advanced selling and Einstein products. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, just because Andrei did prepare a demo that would go through all that functionality, because that's frankly where we feel the money is worth investing. Like, yes, those first 2 considerations for the API access and sandbox capacity are useful, but that's not what's going to wow the customer. Like, that's going to be important to the technical team. That's going to take off the worries of the CTO shoulders. But sales engagement, advanced selling, and Einstein products is what's going to create that wow effect for the customer and make them see Salesforce as a solution for the future. As I mentioned, we will go into that and a bit more into demo. Now, the next thing that I have that I wanted to include in a comparison is Sales and Service GPT. I'm sure your world was turned upside down as soon as ChatGPT was rolled out. I know on a Redtag side, it changed the way I approach my work. On a development side, we tried playing with it while watching after Salesforce, what Salesforce is looking to do with the product. There is already some of it available in demo environments. So if you guys would like to book a separate demo or have a particular customer request, we can look into it for you. I'll have to double check, because I think they're still largely working on these products. But once they do release them, from what I understand, the release is planning, the release is going to happen on the Unlimited Edition side, which, to be honest, makes sense. Because in order to fully utilize AI tools and any AI tools, whether it's Sales and Service GPT or Einstein AI, you need to have a full view of your data. It doesn't make sense for you to pay for these tools unless you invest in a proper setup, unless you invest in bringing all the information to single source of truth. You migrate all your processes, such as, for example, beautiful sales engagement, into the Salesforce org. Only then, once you layer the Sales and Service GPT, you can get the output you're looking for. You can get, because in order for it to give you the output, it needs to understand the data. In order to fully let the system understand the data, we need to bring it all into one place first. And that's where, so if you have some customers who are currently, sitting on Enterprise Edition and playing with like other tools, like, without naming them, we all know our competitors in marketing and service side, that can be one of the big sells. So you can tell them that by going with Unlimited Edition and by migrating some of your other products on Salesforce, we will give you the opportunity to eventually layer the artificial intelligence on top of it. It's a lot of fun, and I really hope that we'll get more and more deals and more and more clients that view the system that way. And now one of the last things I wanted to highlight in the overall comparison slide is access to support. Not everybody understands the value behind Salesforce support, but Salesforce is a huge company. There's only so much capacity that a company can have in order to address customer requests. You're all probably well familiar with Premier Success. It's an awesome service, which is included in Unlimited Edition. Plus, Unlimited Edition gives you an opportunity to do expert coaching sessions. Our team is actually planning to do another webinar more aimed at Salesforce clients, talking about how you can get value out of Premier Success and how you can best work with Salesforce support team. But to me, it's more like a cherry on top of the cake. Not only you get a system that's all-encompassing, scalable, progressive, but you also get that additional support and hand-holding as your customer goes through their digital transformation journey. To summarize, before we jump into the demos that Adri prepared, the way I understand it, so when I look at a client, the way I understand when they're a good fit for a certain edition. So if a customer is just looking for a CRM, they never used any other products before, Professional Edition will get their CRM needs covered. If a customer is already interested in a customer 360 view and want to bring in multiple data points centered around a customer experience, they would be a fit for the Enterprise Edition. And if a customer is looking to scale, if they recently received an investment, if they have a great product market fit, or in general, if they do have a leadership that's comfortable with change and that wants to implement some of these scalable forward-looking products, they're the best fit for the Unlimited Edition. This concludes our overall general comparison. Once again, all the questions are very, very welcome. Please ask them in the questions and comments section. And at this point, I will hand off to Andrei to show us the demo. Thank you so much.
Great job, Lisa. Thanks for your awesome comparison. Now it's my minute of fame. Speaking precisely 12 minutes. Just let me share my screen quick. Well, can you see it right now? Okay. Fasten your seatbelts. We're ready to go. We are limited in time today, so I'm going to show you a small part of features available for purchase in Enterprise and included by default in Unlimited Edition. Let's quickly overview them and stay a bit on one exciting solution. Let's start with Einstein for Salesforce. In a nutshell, this is a suite of artificial intelligence technologies designed to enhance sales strategies and bring the power of AI to sales professionals everywhere. Einstein lead scoring assists in prioritizing leads based on customizable criteria, allowing you to focus your efforts on the most promising prospects. Opportunity scoring feature provides insights into the potential success of opportunities by analyzing various factors such as industry, such as deal amount and activities. This empowers you to make informed decisions and effectively close more deals. Additionally, Einstein account insights allow you to stay updated on key developments within your account. By tracking relevant news and updates, you can identify new opportunities and tailor your approach accordingly. Einstein forecasting offers the ability to predict sales outcomes accurately. Einstein Automated Contacts is a remarkable tool that automates the creation of contacts and opportunity contact roles based on your email interactions. Finally, Einstein Activity Capture is the tool that seamlessly integrates with your calendar, automatically capturing events, activities, emails, and associating them with the appropriate contacts or leads. So again, Einstein for Sales is a comprehensive AI-powered suite that empowers sales professionals with intelligent tools and actionable insights. One more but separate solution related to AI is Einstein Conversation Insight. This tool is designed to streamline the process of reviewing calls by focusing on conversation trends across various aspects. What's unique is that it allows you to customize and add specific mentions that are meaningful to your business. While it's challenging to showcase its full potential in this demo environment, I'd like to highlight the main opportunity this solution opens to users analyzing conversations. So that means that by means of meaningful reports, Einstein Conversation Insights empowers sales managers to focus on pivotal moments within conversation, identify trends, and extract actionable insights. Here is another feature which streamlines your communication. Salesforce Inbox. This solution allows you to seamlessly integrate your email client with Salesforce, consolidating all your communication in one centralized platform. There are a few crucial benefits which make this solution different from Gmail and Outlook integration and sync. First, Inbox provides the convenience of email shortcuts. These predefined phrases save your time and effort by swiftly inserting common responses into your messages. And there is more. With Salesforce Inbox, you can effortlessly embed your available time slots directly into email messages, enabling recipients to select a suitable meeting time. This integration updates availability in real time, ensuring optimal scheduling. Pretty cool, isn't it? Last but not least, the timing intelligence feature empowers you to schedule email delivery for maximum impact. There are three more solutions I want to make a note about: meetings, pipeline inspection, and custom measure forecast. The last one allows you to build your predictions based on custom currency and number fields. Pipeline inspection is an enhanced view of opportunity records. By switching to it, you can quickly assess the health of your deals. And with meetings, you can view extended details about each meeting related to specific record and even send reminder emails directly from this interface. Finally, I'd like to draw your attention to the solution I personally think is priceless: sales engagement. Before becoming a Salesforce consultant, I had been working in sales for 10 years. One thing I noticed is that it's quite difficult to prioritize your tasks and records to work on, especially when there are tons of them. This tool is designed to empower sales representatives by providing them with clear prioritization and strategic guidance for their tasks. Now let's take a look at the screen and explore its features. Let's start with cadences. Imagine having a systematic and streamlined approach to guide your sales reps through best practices from initial contact to successful conversion. Actually, cadences are exactly that approach. Each cadence represents a kind of a scenario we apply to records. Let's create one for leads. Let's say our goal is to arrange a call with leads we receive from our marketing, and based on our sales playbook, we need to go through a few steps to achieve that. So we opened cadences, clicked on new cadence, launch builder. Let's name it, for example, schedule a demo, and save. Now we see a canvas where all the magic happens. Let's start creating our scenario. We see a few types of actions available. Let's begin with email. What is interesting is that we can choose how the email should be sent, automatically or manually. We're okay with manual. Let's leave the name as it is and choose an email template. Yes, that's right. You can predefine an email template and require your sales reps to use the exact one. Another interesting fact is that we are able to choose up to 3 templates just to test which one works best. We are good with just one for now. So removing two more. And then we need to set our start time and due date. Let's leave everything as we see. Immediately start and finish this task on the same day. Save. Another amazing action type is listener action. Let's say we want to make a decision about what should be done next based on whether the email was opened. So we can choose the proper option. Set how many days or hours we have to wait and say, but let's keep this action for our demo. On the other hand, let's add one more immediate action. Let's try call. So adding this one, the same story about templates goes for call scripts. And that is fantastic, I think. Our sales reps always know what to ask and speak about to gain the best call results. Okay, saving as we see it. And our first scenario, our first cadence is ready for activation. Let's activate that. And now let's look at how it works for our sales reps. Let's add a few leads to our cadence. We are doing that manually now, but it can be automated with some automation processes. We can add separate records from records page or do it in bulk from the records list. Choosing a few and clicking on Add to Cadence button, choosing our cadence, add, and we are ready to start working on that record. Let's see how easy it is to work on lead attraction now. The place where sales reps work with records and move them through scenarios is the work queue. Here you can see all the things you need to work on the left side. We have there a component with a sample of records that need attention. There are a few previously added cadences and our new one. Records here are organized based on specific criteria. I chose the last modified date for today, but also it could be done based on lead scoring I mentioned before. The first step, let's open our cadence, and the first step is sending a mail. Just clicking on the letter icon, the record page and email template are opened. So we can personalize this email, click send, and everything is ready. And furthermore, it's tracked in activity pane on the record page. The second step we have in our cadence is a making call. Let's refresh our component, open one more time our cadence, click on make call, and what we see here, on the right side we see a call script, and on the left side a phone component. Here we can leave our notes, can choose a call result, and when we finished our call, by clicking end call, we are adding this activity to log of activities on the records page. That looks amazing. And actually, this is quickly what I wanted to share with you. Thank you, everyone, for being with me and listening carefully. Thank you.
And thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone, for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope that wasn't so boring.
That's a start. And team, also just to let you know, we do welcome all the feedback. So we'll reach out to all of you asking for the feedback webinar. All the questions are welcome. And Thank you so much, Andrei, for a great demo. To summarize, some of the products that Andrei showed are what we believe drives the most value out of upgrading to different editions. And now we do have a special offer for people attending this webinar. We would like to offer a complimentary sales engagement setup. So if your customer has purchased Unlimited Edition where it's included, or they just purchased an add-on, Redtag is going to invest in the setup for your customer. So we would still charge for the regular implementation, but then complimentary sales engagement setup, which, for example, for SMB and GRB clients, can range anywhere within $2,000 to $5,000. We would offer for free for your clients, just to show the value of the tool and help you sell the tool more to the customers. We very often see that sales engagement gets replaced by ARSA tools, and that pains us because Salesforce sales engagement is a powerful one. And if implemented correctly, it does allow you to drive that value on a day-to-day for the salespeople and for the team to whom you're selling, and retain all information in one area and a single source of truth. I was just on a call actually with a customer earlier today who had sales engagement implemented, and they loved the analytics they could do from it. So they loved how they can pull up analytics from sales engagement into their Salesforce dashboard without having to do any additional integrations or worry about maintaining these integrations in the first place. So yeah, reach out to me. I will follow up with everyone. We can connect on Slack, connect on LinkedIn. Would love to offer that to you guys. Wonderful. So thank you so much for your time. We do still have about 7 minutes remaining. Let's get to the Q&A session. Alexandra, I'll give you the floor for moderating questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa and Andrei, for such an amazing webinar. We do have some questions, starting with, are there any possibilities for integrating additional components with Salesforce sales engagement cadences?
I think that's related to things I just showed, so I'll take this one. Yep, there are a few, and I would like to mention a couple. First, you can use the custom CTI tool to replace Sales Dialer, but keep your attention to meet some certain requirements to make all automated actions, as for example, log a call, available. Secondly, you can integrate with LinkedIn, and that is one more fantastic fact. If you use native integration between Salesforce and LinkedIn, and the sales engagement is enabled, then special LinkedIn steps are available in cadences. Namely, you can automate emails and connection request sending. That sounds so pretty cool.
Thank you. We have another one. What reporting features are available for tools you mentioned during the demo?
One more for me. Well, there are a lot of useful reports and dashboards. If we are talking about sales engagement, custom report types and sample reports let sales managers see who engages with emails and calls and when they engage with them. Daily and monthly reports show engagement data for leads, contacts, and users. Monthly report shows engagements for sales cadences. If we switch to Einstein conversation insights, there is provided such important reports as, for example, video calls with contact participants, deal risks due to objections, average talk to listen ratio, and whatnot. So yeah, there are a lot of opportunities to keep your finger on the company pulse.
Awesome, thank you. Following to the next question, when do I know is the right time to level up my subscription?
That's a very great question. So I will take it on my side. Whenever you work with your customers, you should always be coming back to some of the core discovery questions. So questions around, why change and why now? Every quarter, every few months, things change. Economic conditions change, market conditions change. So as long as you're keeping a pulse on that, checking with the customers and seeing what are their growth goals would be a very important part of it. And then for the customers, when is the right time to migrate? Not everyone understands a full cost of their tech stack, if that makes sense. So a lot of people think like, oh, okay, like I'm already spending, 100K on Salesforce and I have to spend 150K. That's a big increase. But if you put it in the perspective of longevity of the solution, if you start calculating how much customers are usually spending on the outside tools, investment in Salesforce makes more and more sense. And then the third thing that I would consider is whether the customer has appetite to invest in some of that forward thinking technology like AI tools, like GPT tools. Salesforce is the leader on the market when rolling out those things reliably and preserving your customer data. So that would be another consideration that I would think of. So, just regular growth pains is a good reason to consider a switch. And, just some of the other things I talked about, whether it's, investment in the future or securing the present. There's a lot of advantages we can sell on and even save money as a result for the customer. Thank you for the question.
Thank you for the answer. We have another one. Do you need to buy sales engagement separately?
So it depends.
Go ahead, Lisa. Sorry.
Sure. No worries. I was just going to say, so as we went through it, it depends on the edition. So you do need to buy it separately for enterprise, but it is included in unlimited edition. If I were to pitch unlimited edition, one of the big differences I would focus on is actually the sales engagement piece that a lot of customers currently cover with other tools in the tech stack.
Awesome. And going to the final question, how can I get pricing and details for the upgrade?
So this is a great question. You should reach out to your Salesforce account executives with whom you're aligned and start that conversation with Salesforce. That's your best bet in all cases and in all situations. You always want to make sure that you collaborate very closely with your Salesforce account executive in order to get both the best advice and the best price for the products. Awesome. I think that's all for the questions, or do you have any more questions come in?
I think it's all for now.
And perfectly landed at 45 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate everyone's time. I hope you have a great rest of your week. It's almost Friday. Now, one last thing that we're going to mention from Redtag side, we are a Ukrainian American company. We support a nonprofit called Unbroken. Unbroken raises funds for people who lost limbs or sustained severe injuries due to the war in Ukraine. Unbroken gives people access to quality prosthetics and to prosthetic care. There's unfortunately a lot of children who got injured, and there's a lot of people outside of military who do need prosthetics. And Unbroken provides them with all the necessary support to keep them going and keep them running. Redtag donates to Unbroken all the time. We donate our profits. We do special programs. Please spend some time, at least read about Unbroken. If possible, share through your channels. And if you're up for it, support Ukraine. Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for attending the webinar. Thanks to our amazing speakers, and see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.